2022 NFL Week 16 picks, NFL Week 15 pick results, and UFC Fight Night pick results. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Callous Mind Talking Head Sportscast. Before I start this week, I want to take the time and wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope it's the best one yet. Very blessed and happy. 2022 NFL Week 15 review. The San Francisco 49ers defeat Seattle on Thursday Night Football. Minnesota and Indianapolis have an epic clash that ends with Minnesota getting the win. The new Cleveland Browns beat the old Cleveland Browns 13-3. Miami plays valiantly on the road against the Buffalo Bills in very inclement weather. So, maybe Miami's got something even in bad weather, but they did lose, but they played well for whatever that's worth. Philadelphia continues to roll, but Chicago plays them pretty tough. I picked Atlanta to beat New Orleans, and of course Atlanta lost. The Detroit Lions and New York Jets is about what I thought it would be, with the final score Detroit 20 and the New York Jets 17. Pittsburgh gets the win against Carolina. Jacksonville surprises Dallas and gets the win against the Cowboys. That shocked the shit out of me, to be really honest with you. And then Kansas City, they got to go to overtime to beat Houston? Really? And how about the Cardinals? They lose to the Denver Broncos, who, amazingly enough, I think, have scored over 20 points for 2 consecutive weeks now. But, I said if the Cardinals can find a way to lose, they would lose. And by God, they did just that. And how about the Raiders? We got to hoist the colors, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The Raiders win. The Raiders win. Hoist the colors. The Raiders win. And I don't care if it was because of a New England miscue. I don't care what the reason was. The Raiders got the W, and that's all that matters to me. Chargers sneak past the Tennessee Titans here. Cincinnati continues to roll against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the New York Giants get a win against their NFC East counterpart, Washington Commanders. And then on Monday Night Football, Green Bay wins in Lambeau against the visiting Los Angeles Rams. So not a huge surprise there. My 2022 NFL Week 15 pick results were 10 wins and 6 losses. It's not a great week, but it's better than what I had. I believe it was last week when I kind of stunk it up. But the big thing was the Raiders got that win, so that's beautiful. This video is sponsored by SpartanCoins.com. If you're in the market to make your own custom challenge coins, custom lapel pins, or custom patches, be sure to check out SpartanCoins.com. They also have a coin mold special. When you order 150 pieces or more, you can save up to 50% of your coin mold. That's for coins sized 2.25 inches or smaller. So if you're in the market to create your own custom coins, custom lapel pins, or custom patches, be sure to check out Spartan Coins by following the link in the description box below this video. 2022 NFL Week 16 picks are as follows. Beginning Thursday, December 22nd, Jacksonville heads to the New York Jets. And I'm going to give the Jets the benefit of the doubt here, although Jacksonville is playing tough, and I could see them going on the road and getting this win. But I'm afraid that the weather may be a bigger factor against them rather than for them. So I'll take the Jets at home to get the win against the Jaguars. This week we have Saturday football again on Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2022. Those games start with Buffalo heading to Chicago, and I will take the Buffalo Bills on the road to get the win against the Chicago Bears. Now, I am going to go ahead and predict that this game is probably going to be close because the weather could potentially be ugly there, and we know that could be a factor, and Buffalo's been involved in what I would think too many close games this season, and Justin Fields and the Bears seem to be able to score points with just about anybody. So we'll see how that goes, but I do expect the Bills to squeak out this win either way you slice it. Next game, New Orleans at Cleveland Browns. I'm going to take Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns at home against the Dome team, New Orleans Saints. Next game, Houston at Tennessee, and I can't believe that I'm making this pick, but I am in fact picking the Houston Texans to go on the road to defeat the Tennessee Titans. The Titans seem to be in the downward spiral, and I don't know what's going on with them, but they've been involved in some close games, some close losses, but that does not bode well for them or any other team at this juncture of the season. So I'm going to take the Texans on the road to get this big win against their division rival, Tennessee Titans. Next game, Seattle at Kansas City, and things are starting to go wrong for the Seattle Seahawks, and they're going to go to Kansas City, where it's probably going to be pretty chilly. So I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs at home to get the win against the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Next game, New York, they might be football giants, visit the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know if Minnesota is going to make the same mistake in this game as they did in Week 15 against the Indianapolis Colts. So I'm going to take Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings at home to get the win against the visiting New York Giants. Next game, Cincinnati at New England, and I think Cincinnati is finally starting to hit on all cylinders and look like the team that won the AFC last year. So I will take the Bengals and Joe Burrow on the road to get the win at the New England Patriots. Next game, Detroit Lions at Carolina Panthers. The Detroit Lions are still very much in the playoff hunt, and they are fighting for their playoff lives with every single game. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions on the road to get the win at the Carolina Panthers. Next game, Atlanta at Baltimore. Baltimore is in a similar situation with the Detroit Lions, where Baltimore is really playing for their playoff lives at this point, and they need this win against the Atlanta Falcons here, something fierce. So I'm going to take Baltimore because they are at home, and Atlanta is an indoor Southern Dome team. So I'll take the Ravens at home to get the win against the Falcons. Next game, Washington Commanders visiting the San Francisco 49ers. And San Francisco seems to have a touch of destiny on their side. Call it whatever you want to, but I'm going to predict them getting this win here. So I'll take the 49ers at home to get the win against the Commanders. Next game, an NFC East matchup. Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm actually taking the Cowboys in this game. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I'm not sure the Eagles are going to be starting Jalen Hurts in this really unnecessary game. I mean, if he's even questionable, then they probably shouldn't even start him and risk him, because they have a much bigger prize to play for. So they're far enough ahead of the Cowboys, who I believe are coming off of 2 straight losses. So they're far enough ahead that they can rest Jalen Hurts and they'll be just fine. So with that in mind, I'm going to take the Cowboys at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. And then finally, on Saturday Night Football, the Las Vegas Raiders visit the Pittsburgh Steelers. And of course, I'm ride or die with the Raiders, Raider Nation for life. So I'll take the Raiders on the road to get the win at the their AFC rival, Pittsburgh Steelers. Sunday's games begin with Green Bay visiting Miami. And so Merry Christmas to everybody on the 25th there. And I'll take the Miami Dolphins at home to get the win against the Green Bay Packers. Next game, Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Rams. And I can't believe I'm making this pick, but I'm actually going to take the Denver Broncos on the road to get the win against the Los Angeles Rams. And then finally, on Sunday night, or I believe it would be Sunday night, be Tampa at Arizona. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road to get the win against the lowly Arizona Cardinals. And then finally, Monday Night Football, Monday, December 26th. Los Angeles Chargers visit the Indianapolis Colts, and it's my understanding that Matt Ryan has been benched for this game. I don't really think that it matters all that much, because these teams are trending in 2 opposite directions. And the Chargers are one of those teams on the bubble, on the cusp of getting into the playoffs. so they need this win a lot. So I'm going to take Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers to get the win on the road at the Indianapolis Colts. I also want to shout out the winner of the World Cup, which was Argentina. So congratulations to Messi and Argentina for winning the World Cup. My UFC Fight Night pick results were 4 wins and 4 losses. You guys should be sure to stay tuned for my next videos later on this month and into next year, because I will continue doing MMA picks even after the football season, playoffs, and Super Bowl are over with. In the meantime, I want to thank you all very much for taking the time and spending it with me. Thank you for viewing my content. I do certainly appreciate it. Please don't forget to interact with it by leaving a comment. Thank you to all the new subscribers out there. I do sincerely appreciate it. And please, 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 be good to yourselves and each other, and I will talk to you next week. Have a Merry Christmas and a blessed Hanukkah, and I'll talk to you later. God bless.